All right, our next guest plays vampire Alice Cullen in the hit movie Twilight Saga, New Moon. It's in the theaters right now. It's awfully big. Here's Ashley Greene. Standing ovation. Ashley Greene. Ashley Greene is in town and in business. You know, here's a young girl who grew up in Jacksonville, Florida, and was reading the Twilight series of books.
Yeah.
She worked in a restaurant, right?
I did. I was working at the Belmont, and I was a hostess, and was literally, when it was boring, sitting there reading these book series, and my manager's going, "Can you please at least act like you're working or doing something?" And I couldn't. I had my nose in these books, and so yeah, I got the film straight. I mean, was working there one day, and then the next day was...
Was that your first audition?
No. I had been out there for about 2 years.
It's interesting, Regis and I say, you know, living in New York, and there's so many waiters and waitresses here, and most of them are actors, and you're curious as they take your order, like, I wonder what movies this person will wind up starring
exactly.
in.
It's
and I wonder,
a lot.
you know.
So how did that happen to you? How did you go from this job into the movies? And you were acting on the side, I presume.
Yes, it was kind of a perfect job. It was 5 to 10 or 5 to 11, and so I had time to audition during the day and then work at night, and then, you know, get home in a decent hour so I could get up early the next morning. And kind of, I mean, I found the book series after they told me about the audition, and once I read the book, I was just dead set on getting the role, and kind of there wasn't really another option, and so I just kind of worked my tail off, auditioned 5 times, and finally got that call.
But you originally auditioned for the role of Bella, is that right?
I did. I started out with Bella. I auditioned for that role twice and met with Catherine, and they just kind of decided I wasn't quite right for that, which I was really bummed about. And then about a week later, they called and said, well, why don't you come in for Alice? And I was more than happy to
Boy, they
come
must
in
have
for
loved
Alice.
your audition, even as Bella, you know? Even though you didn't get the role, it paved the way for another role.
I did something right.
Yeah, you sure did. How old are you now?
I'm 22.
22.
Wow.
Well, you paid your dues, right? You did all that. Tell us about your character, Alice Cullen.
Alice Cullen is, I mean, we're all pretty moral for vampires, but you almost question that she has a soul. I think she's really sweet. She's really perky. Adores her family. She's a little sassy. Really, really fun to play. And then, of course, she can see the future as well, which helps a lot.
Is that something all vampires can do?
No.
You're a special.
I have special powers. Yeah. The Cullens, for whatever reason, and the Volturi, I guess the way to describe it is that she... Like, if Edward was really good at reading people, when he crossed over into the vampire world, he could read minds. So it kind of just amplifies whatever
you were good at. Interesting.
Gosh. And is it tough to play a vampire?
Not this one. I mean, they're a little different. Starting out, I was kind of freaking out, going, how am I going to play a vampire? What am I going to do? And I started looking at vampire films, but it didn't really help at all.
Yeah, right.
You know, we're vampires that are trying to be human or fit into the human world.
Yeah,
and
sure.
So, I mean, lucky for me, there's a book series, there's Stephanie Meyer, there's all the fans who probably know more about it than I do.
Well, it's so fascinating that this lady fell asleep, had a dream, and dreamed the concept of these books.
I started writing down my dreams.
I mean,
after that,
who knew?
No, it's incredible. I mean, I mean, thank God for, you know, me and for the sake of all the fans. She did a fantastic job.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, she did a great job, and so did you, and this is the beginning of a big, big career. Ashley Greene. Twilight Saga, New Moon, in theaters right now. You can't miss it. Miranda Cosgrove coming up next from iCarly. Thank you very, very much.